Yo, I want to talk about this real quick. I'm in the car, driving somewhere, but yo, it looked like I was right. My theory about how it kind of seems like these Asians, right? Not all of them, but the ones that got a certain viewpoint. It kind of seems like they're teaming up with these right-wing conservative males right here to try to make it seem like black society is like the new racist, the new bigots and stuff like that, which is far from the case. That's cap. I seen a video, some conservative white dude was trying to promote as anti-Asian when he really wasn't even anti-Asian when you look at the video. Just like I said in some of my other videos, that they're gonna mark anything as just being anti-Asian. Like if you G-check an Asian, that's anti-Asian. If you get into like an argument with an Asian person, that's anti-Asian. That's basically what the video was. Some black female, right? We're just arguing with an Asian person. Something happened. I think something happened to make that black person go off the way they did. And it turns out like the whole video wasn't even recorded. It was stuff that happened before the video recorded. And then the black chick, she didn't even really do anything or say anything disparaging, like a racial slur or something demeaning, like you people, or anything about the coronavirus. Like this Asian female just went on a tirade of trying to call her racist, talking about y'all, you people complain about racism, but look, I already know what she was trying to talk, what she was trying to say. I know how to read between the lines. She was trying to say that black people, you complain about racism, but y'all racist towards Asians. Like that's cap. That's cap. Like black people have a 200-year history of supporting and being on the front line and even putting their life on the line for a lot of Asian people. And black people been a good portion of their economic base for like over 50 plus years. So how all of a sudden that black people hate Asians all of a sudden? Like that don't even make sense. I never really bought into that narrative anyways. But this conservative dude on Twitter, he tried to make it seem like, oh, the reason why this happened is because she said the coronavirus, you run the coronavirus here, which is no proof that she said that shit. It was just a bunch of dog and pony show. And the black chick, the black woman, she ended up slapping the damn rice out of this Asian female for talking shit, running her damn mouth. Damn. But people got on this dude, and then he had to erase the comment section. So that's what it is. Bro, I'll probably make a part 2 of this because I gotta go. I knew it. Part 2. P.S. for that ass. I was super busy today, but let's get it. I knew it. I predicted this several videos ago that they're gonna team up some of the Asian people and some of the white people, mainly like the ones that lean on the right, and mainly like the conservative males. They're gonna team up together and try to make it seem like black people are the new so-called white supremacists. And that's why I heard on the video, the Asian lady, she was trying to make it seem like black racism is the equivalent to white racism and white supremacy, which is not even the case. That's a false equivalent. And I don't even talk like this, like talk about these type of subjects, but I am invested into it. I know about it. So, like, black racism is basically like action, somebody doing something that's discriminatory against other people, or somebody saying something, saying like a racial slur or something like that. But that's it. When black people complain about racism, it's more than just like the action. It's like the system as well. the court system, the jury system, the prison system, the school system, etc., etc. It's the system as a whole. There's some Asian cats that's like trying to equivalent that with black people, which is not even the case. Like, black people don't control anything in this country. Don't control the business loans, the school system, or the laws. We're not in a position where we can affect people's lives. So I don't even know why that Asian woman was trying to even assist that. And to me, she's either an immigrant, a first generation, or a second generation. And notice the pattern. Like, notice that it's mainly some of these Asian females running them up. And notice, like, on the other side, it's a lot of them talking with these right-wing conservative guys, these Fox News type of dudes. It's a lot of these Asian females. Mainly like the first and second generation Asian Americans, and even some immigrants. Who's that chick name? It's a new one I'm finding out about. Her name is Yeon Park. Some chick from North Korea who immigrated here. It's like, damn, bro, as soon as they come here, they're indoctrinated, and then they sound like these good old boys and them folks on the other side. It's like they ingrain their mindset and then use their talking points. And I talked about how it's going to be more. There's going to be more situations like this, and they're going to try to blow them out of proportion, make it seem like it's anti-Asian. And this was in New York. And I got a theory. What they trying to do in New York? They're not doing this in San Francisco in LA like that. They was trying to do it, but that died down because that was cap. But they still trying to press that in New York. I noticed the pattern. Like, a lot of those Asian folks down there in New York, they came out and protested against Akai Gurley, who got shot by that Asian cop, Peter Liang. They was protesting for him when that dude he went off the grid. He wasn't even supposed to be in that area. He got away with killing the unarmed black man. And then they came out against critical race theory, Asian Americans in New York, and then found out some of them was donating money to the Proud Boys. To be fair, specifically in New York, a lot of Asian Americans in New York. And then they're still trying to point the finger and press all that so-called anti-Asian hate on black people down there in New York. Like, they really need to give it a rest. We all know that's cap. They the only ones doing that. And you got another incident that happened in New York with this ebony female and this Asian woman. This Asian woman was antagonizing that ebony female. She was spouting a bunch of anti-black sentiments. And this woman was like, what you mean, you people? Who are you? She ended up slapping the shit out the Asian woman for talking shit. That's why I gave that ebony female the benefit of the doubt. When I think it happened in New York, when they try to give them their vaccination card, right, to see if they got the vaccination, the lady wouldn't even let them in, let them pass. You know, they had their stuff. She tried to claim that it was fake IDs and stuff like that. It wasn't no proof of that. And they're gonna try to use the vaccination thing the way to discriminate against people. Cause somebody can just easily say, hey, this is fake. No proof or nothing. They can just say it's fake and not and discriminate against somebody. And it don't even matter like what background you have. Anybody can do that to anybody. I think that incident happened in New York. It's like a lot of these incidents are happening in New York. It's not happening in LA anymore or any other places. It just happened. Like, notice that a lot of these incidents is only happening in New York. I got a theory. I think a lot of these Asians, specifically from New York, they working together with these white supremacists to come up with a stop and frisk bill, another stop and frisk bill. The whole Asian crime bill, it was low key supposed to be a stop and frisk bill, but people push back against that. It's pushing back against those narratives. And then you got too much data out here with the FBI claiming that that's cap, that this whole thing that people want to say that black people are out here attacking Asians, that's cap. The FBI even said it, and they even said that we're still number one. Black society is still number one in getting discriminated against with hate crimes. And then hate crimes was on the rise against so-called black society between 2020 and 2021. And for every one Asian person that gets a hate crime against, 12 more black people are getting a hate crime against, according to the FBI. And then according to Americans, I forgot, I gotta read it again, read the name of the site, but crime research sites claiming that that's cap as well. That the crime, they've been doing crime since like the 90s. They got a statistic they did since the 90s, all the way to like 2014, is that a lot of the crimes, and even including hate crimes against Asian American, right, have always been disproportionately by them folks. By 76% from 1992 to 2014. So that means a lot of what some of these agents were saying about how old blacks was out here always committing crimes against us and bullying us. A lot of that was cap. A lot of that's cap. I don't believe it. Especially when they talking about we bullying them and stuff. Man, that's some bullshit. I'm not saying that a black person wouldn't bully an Asian person. I'm not saying that there weren't no black people out there who happened to bully an Asian person, who wasn't trying to target an Asian person because they thought of them as like the weakest link and they were fucking with it. I'm not saying that at all. I'm not saying that. But the way they making it seem like black people was the only ones getting at these Asian folks, like bullying them and shit. Fucking with, and black people don't even fuck with Asian people like that. And they don't fuck with us like that. A lot of them, they just stay quiet into their own little corner and silent. And then, for the most part, cats ain't really mess with them. Like, black people don't go out there and fucking with Asian people like that. That's cap. And in the way some of them was saying, they trying to make it seem like, no, nobody else will fuck with them. Ain't no white people, no Hispanics, etc., wouldn't fuck with them. It's just black people. Like, I don't give a fuck when nobody say, like, you cannot convince me that that's the case. Like, come on, bro. That's cap. Even the AP, the AAPI community, including researchers from that organization, they're even saying that's cap. And the new data, the 2021 data, says that them folks are doing the crimes by proximity and by disproportionately by 75%. So the data from the 1992 to 2014, it's only like a 1% difference. That's not even huge. That's like very insignificant. So that other 25%, you gotta divide that into other different groups. Like I don't want to hear this shit that black people out here fucking with Asian people, bro. That's some bullshit. At a high number, specifically at a high number. Not isolated instances here and there. Like, I ain't trying to hear it. Cause cats out here want to cape for the Asian community. You be saying cats out here want to throw dirt at black society, but they want to cape for everybody else. Dude, I'm seeing videos of dudes who don't know what they talking about, sparing a bunch of nonsense. And notice it's a lot of these Asian whores out here teaming up with these racist ass conservative white men. Why am I not surprised? A lot of them are just whores for white supremacy, bro. Whores for the power structure. They're the weakest link. I'm sorry. I ain't got nothing against them. I really don't. But if I had to match them up, match a lot of these Asian women here, specifically in America, if I had to match them up and compare them to any other academic of women, right? Demographic of women, right? White women, ebony females, even if they're from like Africa or Caribbean, Hispanic, Middle East. Dude, like, Asian women are the weakest link in terms of who's gonna have some integrity when it comes to this power structure in America. They'd be the first one to bend the knee on all fours with their cheeks spread out. As a matter of fact, they'd do it quicker than even many of these white females here in America. Even, like, say what you want about these white females, right? A lot of these Karens, and I'm not taking them, not holding them accountable. I mean, I'm not taking any accountability away from Caucasian females here in America. I'm not doing that at all, but at least some of them will go against the grain. At least many of them will go against the grain and rock the boat and call out the power structure and call out that dude. Call out dude, bro. Because many of them, they won't take that crap. That's why a lot of these dude bros out here, many of them would try to flock to Mei Lin because they know she'll take his BS. She'll do anything to submit if it means getting her closer to that power structure and getting that status. You know what I'm saying? Like, some of these guys, they couldn't get a white girl to save their life because they goofy, lame, and be on some BS, man. And have an inferiority complex when they see a brother on the other side of the street. And some of these Asian females, they gonna get in line. I mean, this is how some of these whores get down. I'm not saying that all of them, but let's keep it a buck. A lot of them are running them up, man. They running them up. They on the other side. Some of them be the same ones talking about Black Asian solidarity while they was on the other side, and then they got dismissed. They got treated with that by that power structure real bad. Now they want to come back to the other side as if they weren't on the other side. Again, they would bend the knee quicker than this white female, and that's a problem. And many of them think they shouldn't get called out for that. That's the laughable part. And I gotta give a shout out to General Tito, because he said the same thing on his Patreon. He called out, he low-key kind of called out Asian men. He's like, I don't understand how any of you dudes are not looking at this bimbo with the side eye. And I see what he's saying. Unfortunately, what Gino Tito is not taking into account is that many of them dudes, not all of them, but many of them, it's kind of like they want to be part of the team as well. They trying to be on the other side too. Cause many of them, they play the beta sidekick role to these guys, to the good old boys on the other side. A lot of them will be in the inferior position. They'll play the exotic sidekick dude to their white counterparts. they're sort of there just to make it, kind of makes the other dude's value go up, because I'm inferior. I'm a dude, bro, and I'm insecure, and I feel inferior to the black man. So I got this Asian dude beside me, and I look more masculine I look more masculine by comparison. My value is up by comparison. That's really what that's about, bro. I mean, they use Asian dudes as like pets to make their own value go up, to make them look more masculine, just to make their appearance have a higher appearance by comparison. Because he's kind of playing the Asian dude is kind of being like the beta sidekick, and then he makes the white dude look more masculine. He makes him look alpha by comparison. And then he got the Asian female is like a damn fetish and a damn doll. But I can't really feel sorry. I still feel sympathy for some of their plight on the Asian side. I do. But like, as me feeling sorry, like 100%, I'm gonna have to say no, because a lot of them put themselves in that position. But to give credit where credit is due, at least I see a lot of Asian dudes push back against the status quo. At least a lot of them, they seem to be a little bit more open-minded. They'll be willing to hear the other side. At least they have a shred of pride left in their culture. I'll give them that. And something else I give them. At least they try to call out this bimbo. Some of them do call this bimbo out by her internal racism. This shit, 2022 is gonna be something else, bro. I'm just predicting that you're gonna have your Michelle Malkins, your Yimans, your Lauren Chins, and your Kim Iversons. They're gonna start running them up in 2022. Like, New York really gotta watch itself. A lot of them black folks in New York, yeah, they really gotta watch themselves, bro. You got young Park. She's running them up on Fox News. You're gonna have somebody new come out the woodwork, bro. It's gonna be a dog and pony show. Oh yeah, there's gonna be another hit piece. I can feel it in my bones. It's gonna be another hit piece. Juju Chang, Lisa Ling, somebody's gonna come out the woodwork and try to insinuate another hit piece. And I gotta give another shout out to General Tito, because he mentioned this before in one of his earlier videos on his YouTube channel. He was talking about how a lot of these Asian cats trying to point the finger at black people, right? Hey, hit them in the pocketbooks. Shit, if they want to insinuate this shit, stop supporting them. I ain't went to a Chinese restaurant and like, wow, bro. But, it's going to have to start in New York. That shit is getting aggravating, though. A lot of them Asian cats, bro, want to point the finger at black society. It gets on your nerves even more, because you fuck with that. You ain't got no problem with them. You fuck with them. You fuck with their culture and shit. Like the food and shit. You fuck with a lot of that shit. And then the same people that you ain't got no problem with, and you respect certain aspects of their culture and shit. You like certain aspects of their culture. You down with that shit. It's kind of like you getting stabbed in the back. Now they blaming you for shit. And then, where do you feel about this or not? Look, you still black in America. And you're going to get caught up in that bullshit, because if one black person does something, then we're all responsible for that shit. This is why I'll be making these type of videos and shit, because, hey, I got to defend myself. Whether somebody did some shit or not, I still got to defend myself. Because we all damn black, we gonna get blamed for that shit. It doesn't matter if you a thinking black man or you think you an individual and you don't like black society or you against black society. Or you the type of dude that want to stay away from black people, stay away from black men. It don't matter. The other side is not gonna see it that way. They just gonna pin everybody in the same category. Cause that's what people do, man. Unfortunately, we don't have that luxury to get the benefit of the doubt like that. So that's why I make these videos. It's based on self-defense. Like, it is what it is, but at the same time, bro, like, it's an agenda. And that's going to affect me because I'm black. Regardless how I view myself. Whether I'm SYSBM, Traveling Bro, or not, I'm still black. Because some cats don't get the bigger picture. I'm just saying, like, try to look at the bigger picture here. There's an agenda. And I noticed that it's like, a lot of these incidents happen in New York. It's like, some of these Asian cats, it's like, they're antagonizing black people on purpose. It's like they're putting themselves in a situation to antagonize these people. And then when the cameras roll, they're trying to play innocent, make it seem like they was the innocent one in the situation when it really wasn't. No, it really wasn't the way. I mean, it really wasn't the case. I'm trying to tell you, bro, it's gonna be more situations like this, and then them people in New York, they're gonna come out with another bill. They're gonna come out with a stop and frisk bill. I can feel it in my bones, bro. I can feel it. Cause a lot of these cases came in New York. That's what the stop and frisk thing was in. It was in New York. Don't be surprised. I wouldn't take it away. I wouldn't even take away the thought that some of them cats are working with the other side to get bills past the target black people down there in New York. Cause cats down there in LA and shit, Los Angeles, the Bay Area, San Francisco, they're not even doing that shit. You don't hear about incidents happening down there anymore. It's only in New York for the most part. I wonder why. Just suspicious. But that's all I wanted to say. And I'm out.